So we have a lot of new information surrounding the entire CM Punk and AEW rumors, The Rock's WWE return, and more rumors surrounding Bray Wyatt's return. For today's question of the day, do you think Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are good fits for AEW? Let us know your thoughts on that below. Let's start things off right away with the CM Punk situation because a lot has happened since we last talked about this story a few days ago. The story first broke with the word of CM Punk being back in talks with AEW. Fans sort of paid the story no mind and brushed it off quickly because we've been hearing rumors of a wrestling return for CM Punk for the past 7 years now, and it never happens. So it's one of those things where you read the story but don't really think that much into it. But as days went by this week, it really seemed like things were getting more and more serious. Usually when bogus things like this get reported, CM Punk will make a comment and sort of joke about everything. But that hasn't happened. Instead of taking down the rumors, Punk sort of added more fuel to the AEW rumors when he made a post to his Instagram story that contained a lot of references and connections to NBA all-time legend Michael Jordan and his historic time with the Chicago Bulls. CM Punk took to his Instagram story to post a blank screen with the Sirius instrumental playing in the background. And you already know how wrestling fans are when it comes to this sort of stuff. They really just dive deep into things and try to break everything down. So what do we know about the Sirius song? Well, it's extremely popular. Chances are that you'll recognize it if you give it a listen. It's an iconic song, but it was mostly used during the Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls dynasty era. When Michael Jordan was coming out of his retirement to return to the Bulls and win more championships in the late 90s, the pre-game song the Bulls always used was Sirius. Sirius was the song that they used to get hyped and was the song that was always playing during the introductions before their games. Not to mention that the Chicago Bulls obviously played in CM Punk's hometown of Chicago. So there's a lot of different understandings of this Sirius post by CM Punk. Some fans are wondering if it's basically confirmation of his contract signing with AEW. Since the song was pre-game song for the Bulls before the show really started, is Punk using that song as sort of a pre-game warm-up song before his show, so to speak? Some fans have even wondered if this could be the song he himself walks out to for his AEW debut. Everyone knows that AEW doesn't hesitate to purchase these real tracks to use on their show, so that's a possibility as well. Other fans wondered, with all the connections to Michael Jordan and the Bulls, if it meant that Punk would make his AEW debut in Chicago. No better place than CM Punk to return than his hometown crowd. Everyone remembers all of the legendary moments and pops that the Chicago crowd provided for CM Punk, and just wrestling in general. So that's another realistic possibility. It's not to directly compare Jordan and CM Punk, but it's very interesting. Jordan used that song when he came out of retirement to show fans that he still had it and won several more championships. Does CM Punk basically have that same plan in mind? Come out of retirement, prove the doubters wrong, and win more championships. You can really see how Punk relates to Jordan's story there. Punk is coming out of this long retirement to win more championships. It was then reported on Thursday that they allegedly reached a verbal agreement, and Friday was allegedly when it was made official with Punk actually signing. Again, no one knows if this is true, it's just what's being reported by a few outlets that claim that it's done, that it's official, that he signed with AEW. But some fans are understandably skeptical and still have a "I'll believe it when I see it" sort of mentality. If the alleged CM Punk signing wasn't enough, it was reported just days later that a deal with Daniel Bryan was also made by AEW. So again, this is just rumors and reports right now. But if this actually turns out to be true, then things in the wrestling business are about to pick up. It's not about who's better, who's got the highest ratings. The point is that the wrestling fans and wrestling in general are going to benefit from this sort of serious competition. When was a lot of fans' favorite era of wrestling? Well, it was a time where two top companies were going to battle with each other every week, trying to outdo the other, and it resulted in some of the most memorable moments in the history of the industry. So AEW brings in two massive juggernauts like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Things will get interesting between both sides. Like we said in the last update, even if you've never seen AEW before, chances are you'll be tuning in to see what CM Punk and Daniel Bryan have to say, see what they're up to over there. And as a result of all that hype and attention, the pressure sort of goes right back to WWE. Okay, you've got John Cena and Goldberg returning, but what else do you have up your sleeve to counter Punk and Bryan? That right there is going to be the fun part. Competition is great because it improves the product and brings out the best sides of both. WWE and AEW can't afford to take a week off when they're both having all these major returns and debuts. They both want to be the one that the fans are left talking about more. WWE won the last few days with John Cena, Goldberg, and all of their other returns, but AEW is starting to lead the conversation because of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. So keep an eye out because it seems like information on this is coming out by the second. We'll keep you updated if anything else happens in the story. Speaking of big returns and what WWE can do to counter Punk and Bryan, The Rock is now being rumored for a huge WWE return in late 2021. The Rock will most likely be at this year's Survivor Series event to celebrate 25 years of being in WWE. New reports claim that Survivor Series won't be his only appearance this year. Rumor has it that The Rock will bounce back and forth between Raw and SmackDown to hype up the Survivor Series show. And you already know the bigger picture that everyone is looking at here, and that's of course Roman Reigns. How will Roman Reigns feel about The Rock getting this big celebration, coming back and basically stealing the spotlight, stealing his TV time? How will Roman feel about that? The Rock is family, everyone understands that, but Roman is going to have a problem with The Rock coming back and taking away his spotlight. So maybe we have some interactions between The Rock and Roman Reigns on SmackDown, or maybe they save their interactions for Survivor Series itself. But there's just no way you have The Rock return and not have him and Roman interact. A Roman and Rock interaction is something that we need to see, even once, during the late 2021 return for The Rock. And maybe that will set up the path for their WrestleMania match. So that'll be exciting to see as well. Sticking to that theme of big returns, let's talk about some new information on Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has been mysteriously inactive for the majority of this entire year. He only has wrestled one match in 2021. And the question fans have been wondering is, well, is it personal? Is it medical? Or is it creative related? A lot of reports had a whole bunch of different things to say about Bray Wyatt since April. So it was one of those things where you really can't believe anything you saw. Well, there's apparently a new report that's claiming Bray's time away could have been injury or medical related. If that's true, then it's completely understandable. Allow him to take as much time as needed just to be back at full health. Nothing is more important than that. Fans were just a bit frustrated because we all thought it was a creative thing. Like, why write him off for 3 months? Bring him back and then write him off again for 3 more months. But when you look at it as possibly being injury related, it can make more sense. It does seem like Bray is on his way back soon though, because reports claim that he's currently listed for some events in mid-August. So he could be able to make a big return on Raw just in time for a big SummerSlam match. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.